Preparing. Okay, we have the first people coming in. I see Buck, Clément, Hayo Yu, if I pronounce that correctly, Martin, Milky, Musashi. Yeah, people are coming in. Perfect.
Oh, awesome, awesome. It has been a while since our last community call, and there's been a lot of stuff going on since then. So it'll be good.
Yeah, we're going to give it a few more minutes while we get everything set up. We'll also post a link on the Twitter page for people who might not have it.
Yeah, so just hello to everyone who's joining. It is good to be back on the call. I think last time we did this, we just finished ECC in Paris. So that was a while ago, actually about 2 months ago. And it has been a busy couple of months since then. So it is good. And I think just as we go, and we'll talk about this a little bit once we actually kick off officially, but if you have any questions, either for myself or for Alon or for any of our other guests, then please just stick them into the chat box, and we can answer we can answer that right at the end, or if it's for a guest speaker, we can answer it whilst they kind of finish talking as well. So just feel free to put any questions down and any hellos, GMs, whatever you want to do in the chat there as well. So I guess we're coming up to 5 minutes past. Here, when do you want to kick things off? Maybe we could start with the agenda, and then people can still file in.
Yeah, that's good. Let's do this.
All right. So welcome to the community call. Let me test my Zoom skills here and see if I can actually turn the slide deck. Cool. So yeah, just to do some quick intros. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar faces anyway, but I'm Rachel. I'm the founder of GoodGhosting. I'm also here with Gil and Francis. We're joined by Alon from Upright camp as well, from Cello camp, who will be also giving us some more info in a minute. And we've also got Viraj as well, who's also here. So hello. And so yeah, today, what is on the agenda? We've got a quick. There may be some people who are new to GoodGhosting. Maybe you've come across from either Cello or Bankless. We'll do just a very high level, but we'll keep it nice and short for everyone who's been in the community for a while. We'll talk about what GoodGhosting is, all of the updates from August and September, and there's been a lot, so that will be quite substantial there. And then really our big news of the week. This is big news of the month, really. Our launch on Cello is happening today. So this will be happening after the call. So we're really excited to have both Alon from Upright and also Patrick van Müller to be joining us, talking a little bit about the Cello ecosystem and everything that's going on over there, because it is really booming, and there's all sorts of exciting DeFi stuff going on over there. So if you're new to Cello, you're in for a treat. There's loads of cool stuff happening. New features. So we've got GG scores, which came out couple of weeks ago. We've got our leaderboard. We've also got NFTs. So we've been working with an NFT artist. I'll talk a little bit about that. And then at the end, we're also going to be joined by Cometh. So Cometh is a really awesome play to earn game. They've got some really cool pixel art, which I know some of you have already seen before because you've been naming some of our spaceships. They're going to talk a little bit more about what Cometh is doing, and also how GoodGhosting and Cometh are going to collaborate. And then we'll give you an update on what's coming for the rest of the year, and also leave some time for some Q&A at the end. So that's pretty much the agenda. And with that, I think I'm actually going to put up, no, it's me still. Before I pass over to Gil, I will just do the high level pitch of what GoodGhosting is, just in case you are new. So basically GoodGhosting, we're all about incentivizing people making regular savings, regular deposits, really building in those better financial habits that we all want to do, but we don't always get around to doing. So this is basically how GoodGhosting pools work at a high level. You're going to see different variations of this, but the kind of core principles will remain the same. So basically the social saving pools, you join them with the kind of goal to make regular deposits. At the moment, that is fixed. So you'll join a pool that's, you need to make $20 worth of deposits per week or per 2 weeks. You make those deposits, we move them over somewhere where they can generate some interest. So could be Aave, it could also be Moolah, who we've got on the call today, and they're generating that extra interest, extra income for the pool. Then at the end, we can work out, were you a good saver or were you not? If you weren't a good saver, it's not that bad because it is no loss. So you'll always get back your principal and your deposit. But if you were a good saver, and that's what we want you to be, we want, pools full of good savers, you're going to get rewarded. And that will be both from getting assigned to the interest. And because some people are always going to miss a deposit, you will get a higher interest than if you just go straight to the protocols yourself. But we're also working with NFTs and leveling up as well. So we'll talk a little bit more about what that is. But yeah, that's just the very high view of what good ghosting is. With that, I'm going to pass over to Giel.
Yeah, thanks for that, Rachel. So we started with our first beta pool back in June, which was closed for just a limited number of community members. And since then, we launched 3 more pools, which have concluded by now. So with ECC, the Ethereum Community Conference in Paris, we launched a game that was limited to 300 players. It was really cool to see that fill up in like a matter of 48 hours. All spots were taken. We did the subsequent Summer Savers game where we increased the deposit amount a bit. So increasing the stakes for people that are saving through Good Ghosting. And more recently, we finished the Mask Network game where you could join Good Ghosting through the Twitter interface using the Mask Network plugin. So mobile wallet, part of the SocialFi Alliance. So when we look at the statistics of this, which is on the next slide, we see that actually quite a few people did make all deposits in all pools. So we have win rates between 78 and 88%, meaning that most people who started saving indeed came back for more deposits and hit our savings target. The APYs we got in this way, which are the annual interest rates. So this is the number of rewards you get when you would extrapolate the rewards to a full year, ranged between 50% and 200%. Of course, this is highly variable on the amount of people that actually complete the game, because like Rachel explained with Good Ghosting, the more people do not hit our savings target, the higher the rewards for the winning players. But anyway, it was really cool to see this happen. So there were over 700, 800 people in these 3 pools combined. So really nice. And since then, we also launched 3 new pools. So we had a total of like 6 pools going live in August and September. We now have the 2 monthly pools, one which requires a 200 DAI deposit each month and one requiring a 50 DAI deposit each month, with again about 500 players in these. And yesterday we launched a Bankless DAO pool, so an exclusive game for community members of the Bankless DAO and some of our like top savers in Good Ghosting as well. So it's really nice to see this happening in a matter of the past 2 months. So in total now, I think we have over 4,000 deposits that were made from over 1,000 different unique addresses. So more than 1,000 people have tried out Good Ghosting, which is really nice to see. The TVL currently, like the combined deposits of everyone, is over 170,000 US dollar worth. And we have about 800 active weekly users now saving through Good Ghosting. So since our launch, I'd say I'm quite pleased to see like the traction we've been getting and like the great community we've been building in the meanwhile. Like I see here now also we have about like close to 30 people live on the call, more watching through YouTube. So really cool to have you guys all on board. Don't forget to put in your questions for the Q&A later. This can be done through Zoom in the bottom button QA. So we'll answer anything that might be on top of your mind.
And also just to add to that, the total value locked with this calculation, I think is actually pulled from the games that have been completed. So it'll actually be a bit larger than that because we've launched a number of pools that haven't concluded yet. So yeah, we're excited to see the numbers growing and to see like more awesome people in our community. And with that, today's big news. Do you want to take this here or should I take it?
Yeah, go ahead, Rachel.
Okay, cool. So we are super excited to be launching on Cello. We've been part of the Cello ecosystem for quite a while, and Alon will know that, taking part in the Cello camp in sort of Q2 this year. It's a really exciting ecosystem. It's growing a lot. It has a lot of shared vision with GoodGhosting. So Cello, if you haven't used Cello before, and I'll talk a little bit about it, but I will pass on to Alon, who I know can give like a much more in-depth description of Cello. But from my experience of it is like a blockchain that is really focused on making it accessible. So having low transaction fees, and that's obviously important for what we do at GoodGhosting, because you don't want to be moving around like $20 worth of crypto and then spending more than that on gas. So it's also giving you very low gas fees. Also have a focus on mobile first, so with wallets like Valora, and also making it really easy to integrate in a mobile first ecosystem. So that's going to help us build out our offering as well in a more mobile friendly way. And it's also a proof of stake. It also have a focus on making it, as well as being proof of stake, so there isn't the CO2 consumption that you'd have a proof of work. I think that even going beyond that to actually make it a carbon negative. And they're just doing lots of exciting things to kind of grow and make Cello more inclusive and get more people on board the DeFi train. So yeah, I don't know if maybe now is a good time to hand over to you, Alon, and you can maybe talk a little bit about your experience with Cello, DeFi for the people, and Cello Camp as well.
Thank you so much, Rachel. And Gail, super excited to be here. And if I can share my screen, maybe?
Yeah, so let me see if I can, I might need to unshare, right?
Yeah, you will need to make Alon a host, and he will need to give back the hosting when he's finished.
Okay, cool. So let me just, apologies everyone, you're going to see that my, so when you try and do something on the spot, it doesn't happen very quickly, does it? Okay, Alon, where do I find you in participants?
He's in the panelists.
Yeah. So there we go. And I will make you a host. Change host. Cool. Alon, so I think you should have the host powers now.
Oh, yeah. I just got promoted and I'm sharing my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right. So my name is Alon Shavit, and I'm the program director and co-founder of Upright. Upright is the company that runs Cello Camp. And in this short call, I want to speak with you about GoodGhosting at Cello Camp, why Cello, what is Cello Camp, and leave some time for a Q&A. So yeah, so first of all, we are so proud of GoodGhosting and to hear the news and having GoodGhosting launch on Cello. Like Rachel mentioned, GoodGhosting participated in batch 3 of Cello Camp, and we're one of the finalists actually, and super excited about GoodGhosting's mission and very much aligned with Cello. And I really love to see the community and everyone here on the call. This is super exciting. And I want to start with why Cello. So Cello is a full stack mobile first platform that makes financial dApps and crypto payments accessible to anyone with a mobile phone. It's a very mission driven blockchain. The mission is to create the conditions of prosperity for everyone. And Cello is very active in emerging markets. And what are the features of Cello? So first of all, it's mobile first, and it allows developers to create really snappy and fluent interactions on mobile. Cello's light client is 17,000 times lighter than any other light client. And when with Flumo, it's going to be 1.7 million times lighter than any other light client. And this allows really to create optimized experiences to mobile. And why mobile? Because it's a 6 billion users market, and especially in developing countries that not everyone may have access to basic financial tools. In today's world, everyone today has mobile phones, and we really believe that this could allow people really access to the financial system. Cello also provides scale with really low gas fees. It's frictional gas fees and it allows you to build Visa scale solutions. And Cello is 100% EVM compatible with Ethereum. So developers that still want to stay in the Ethereum kind of family of products and enjoy all the good old tools like Truffle and MetaMask. So it's all available in Cello. Two more features I want to touch on are the native identity that you have on Cello. So developers can create really nice on-ramp experiences and identify the users by their mobile phone. And also Cello natively supports stable coins. The Cello Alliance for Prosperity is made of more than 100 companies. It includes companies like Coinbase and Andreessen Horowitz and Polychain and Deutsche Telekom, with its more than 200 million users. And Mercy Corps, Grameen Foundation, great organizations that also do volunteer work all over the world. And the camp itself is an 8-week virtual acceleration and mentorship program for the Cello ecosystem. I invite everyone on the call that has ideas for dApps to reach out to us. I will post our website and our Twitter handle in the chat. And you can really expect to grow together with us, to connect with other like-minded people, and to prosper by increasing your impact on the world. We also have cool prizes in the camp that includes 10,000 CUSD for the first place winner, 5,000 USD for the second place winner, and we give more awards for our tenant awards. Yeah, so thank you so much. I will post the link to our website in the chat. And good luck to GoodGhosting, and I can't wait to test it out on Cello. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great. Thanks for sharing. Definitely would advise like the Cello camp if you're into developing and want to build out cool applications. Great place to learn more about that.
All right, so I'm just going to grab back the host so that I can actually reshare the slide deck. So if I do
yes, that. Elon will have to make you host again.
Okay.
And yeah, it's also just, whilst we're doing this, also good to know that it is actually the EVM compatibility was pretty painless for us to get our smart contracts onto Cello, having built first on Ethereum Kovan and then also on Polygon, and it was quite a seamless a developer experience. So that was something that was really nice, and it's also been like a very supportive community from Cello Camp and also from C Labs and everything as well. So definitely, if you do have a project DeFi or otherwise, I would recommend checking it out. They're building some really cool stuff over there.
I see we have some questions already coming into like the Q&A section. We can do that at the end of the call, maybe, Elon, if you want to stick around. So yeah, maybe to give some more information on how our Cello savings pool will look like. So first of all, you can read more details on our Medium blog post, which is medium.com/goodghosting. But basically, we will launch this pool later today, somewhere after the community call. And the pool will run for 4 weeks in total and requiring 3 deposits of 20 CUSD. So that's the Cello dollar, or the stable coin that is predominantly used on the Cello network at this moment. And the cool thing is that you will get, like you're used to, you will get some interest that gets generated on Moola, which is a lending platform that is based on Aave. So on the back end, we actually make use of something very similar to our current games on Polygon. But in addition to this, you will also get $5 worth of Cello tokens, like at least. If people drop out of the game, this will increase. And you will also be getting a unique Cello-themed NFT from Mali 3D, who has been doing some other NFT work for us. So will be really cool. You will get these delivered in your wallet without having to do anything for it. Just make your 3 weekly deposits in GoodGhosting, and you're quite sure to win. One important remark, there will only be 200 spots in this first game. So if you want to join, better to join today as soon as the pools launch. Otherwise, you might not be able to get in anymore. But we will be launching more pools in case this one fills up over the next few weeks.
Oh, yeah. And just to say, the ETA, the estimated time for this is as soon as we get up this call, we're going to head over and deploy that. It's ready to go. But in terms of like just the deployment, probably be about, I would guess around like 40 minutes, an hour or so, provided everything goes smoothly. But yeah, keep your eyes on our Discord, keep your eyes on our Twitter. We will also be tweeting that as well. So also, I'm just going to talk about some of the new features that have come out in the last couple of months, because there's also been quite a lot there as well. So one thing that I was super excited about, and I know that has actually been quite exciting for a number of years, the kind of GoodGhosting GG scored. We've introduced our leaderboard. I was going to see if I could try and share this actually. Can you bear with me? So you can actually go to our website and you can see this at follow the link here, or it's like /leaderboard. You can check your scores. These are calculated when a game concludes. So if you haven't yet completed a game and you don't see your address up there and you can't find your score, don't panic. You'll get it as soon as you've completed that game. But yeah, the more games you complete and the more you save, the higher your score is. It's almost like a little bit of a kind of crypto native gamified credit score, but we're going to make it way more fun than that because we don't need to become another Experian. But I'll just talk a little bit about how we calculate that. So we have a calculation which is called the pool score. So we were thinking this through, and we're like, basically, the more you save and the longer you save for, you should be getting a higher score. So very simple calculation, like how long does the pool run for, and what was the total value of deposits that you needed to kind of be successful in that pool. That is the pool score. We also have a bonus. So some games, some pools, we decide this is an extra special one. We're going to just give a little bit of a bonus in to everyone who took part in that one. So we did that with the beta pool. We're going to be doing it with the Cello pool as well. And we'll also be doing it with Quest pool. Beta pool and Cello pool. Well, beta pool was our first pool that we launched. Cello pools are going to be the first one we launch on Cello. So there'll be a bonus of that. And Quest pool, which I'll talk about in a minute. I was really impressed by all of the challenges that everyone completed and all the tasks that everyone did. So I think it's definitely deserving of a bit of a bonus there, but we can actually have a look here, see what it might look like. So yeah, we can see here the beta pool that you need to make the deposits. This is the value worth in dollars, and it lasted for 6 weeks. And then it's got a GG score of 850. And we can see down here, and this is where if you got into the monthly pools, you actually start to get quite a big score, because when it's going for a couple of months, quickly the calculation is actually ramping up quite a lot as well. And then also with Cello pool, we're giving 100 bonus, and also with Quest pool as well, there'll be 500 bonus for that. So it's like quite a big bonus there that you can get. And we're going to start using these more extensively in the ecosystem. This is just like the beginning of a building block that we can start to play around with. Some of you may notice that we actually already gave some places in the bankless pool to people who had a high score already. So we're going to start to get your scores up and keep an eye on what's happening, because you might find that you get like little perks and little rewards the higher your score is there.
Yeah, like for example, for the bankless one, we only allowed like some of the top people in the leaderboard as well to join, because it's quite an exclusive thing with additional rewards. But so expect more advantages like that when you make it high in the leaderboard. You might get some exclusive access to something on the GoodGhosting platform or on other websites as well.
The other thing that's also came out in the last couple of months, which is more serious, but like, you know, definitely very important, is our audit. So we had 2 audits completed, one from QuantStamp and one from Didal. Both of them really recognize the quality of the code that we've written. So that's a big shout out to Francis and Viraj, who are also on the call here, who've been writing the Solidity code. You can check it out in our docs and like have a read through their comments and the points that they brought up. You can also check it out on their website as well. So yeah, it's just always good, you know, in industry, obviously, to have another pair of eyes on the contracts. Of course, it's not a silver bullet. You know, with DeFi, always make sure that you're not, you know, it's not the last bit of your savings. This is money that you could afford to lose, but it's also good to know that, you know, it's been recognized as quality code from these auditors. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is NFTs. Now, this is, I'm super excited about this because I think these are looking gorgeous and super cute. So we've been working with an NFT artist, Julian, who's also Mali 3D. You can check him out on Twitter, and he also has a foundation page, and he's sold quite a couple of NFTs there as well. He works mainly with like Blender, so working with this 3D kind of realistic rendering style, and we've been working on these kind of, yeah, pretty cute, very kawaii little ghosty avatars that kind of tie in with our logo. So we've got the original one here, which will be for everyone who's in Quest Pool. We've also had a special bankless one commissioned with the kind of iconic black flag for banklessness. And then we've also you've just seen today the Cello one that we've also commissioned as well, which will be, you'll be getting that if you complete the Cello pool, and it's got, you know, the little Cello logos and colors there as well. But as I say, this is just the beginning. We're going to be working like over time to kind of bring this NFT like more natively in the experience of good ghosting and kind of tie this up. So giving you something that can, you know, really become part of your saving goals and something that you can level up with in the future. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that. And I'm really excited to see the artwork evolve as well.
Yeah, they look very cute, the ghosts.
They are very cute, aren't they? Julian's done some brilliant work there with them. The final thing that I was going to talk about in terms of things that's been happening, well, this month really, is a Quest Pool. So Quest Pool, big shout out. I know there's quite a few of you on the call who've been pretty avid in Quest Pool, and it's really been, you know, amazing to see all of the challenges get completed. It's for this exclusive game that we're going to be launching on Sunday. It's going to be sponsored by Polygon, and you'll also get you'll be getting the first Mali 3D, the first Julian NFT out there. So yeah, just some of the bonuses of it. You'll get that sweet GG score bonus of 500, which is nice to level up with the NFTs, and you can actually like see your progress. So I know a lot of you will know kind of how it works, but similar to the challenge we did with Galactic Ghost back in sort of April, May time, we ran a series of challenges, and as you completed them, you could go over and you can check out your progress and how you're doing. If you've got a trophy here, it means you've completed 5, and you're good to get a place in the Quest Pool. It's not finished yet because we do have one more challenge left, which I'm just going to announce in a minute. But yeah, it's been really, I think we've had over 700 like submissions. We've had all sorts of things. We've had been decrypting messages. We've been creating our own NFTs. We've been naming spaceships. It's really been quite a ride. So thank you for everyone, and lots of creative submissions in there. So that was really good to see. Yeah, so yeah, this is just some of the NFTs that we made on Nifty Inc. And even Nifty Inc. I got this tweet from David saying, "What is good ghosting?" and it's taking over our board. And I would go there and it would just be like good ghosting NFTs that people have created, and some beautiful ones as well, which we're also sharing them with Julian as well. So that who knows, they could end up in one of our future NFTs as well. And yeah, we've been partnering with Mars for this. Cometh will come on to talk about that in a minute. And then also Valora, which is one of the mobile first wallets for the Cello ecosystem. So this is the secret code bit. I know that there are some of you who are just like one challenge away from hitting those 5 challenges that you need to get access to. This is the code that you need to put into the link that's it's linked in the blog. I think Francis will probably share it also in the Discord.
Yeah. Or you can scan the QR code, then it will get you there.
Yeah, you can scan that QR code and just fill in the type form there. And it's really important that you also let us know your Discord handle, because otherwise we won't know how to get hold of you, and we won't be able to ask you what's the address that we need to add on to the whitelist. Just
the link is also here on the chat. If you guys want to stick here.
Perfect. And there is a limit on this because we do need to get the invites out, and we need to get people's addresses. So you've got 24 hours after this. So if you are watching this and it's a recording, please make sure that you kind of fill this in quickly so that you don't miss out. There we go. And one thing, just because there were so many cool submissions, I'm going to be sending out some superhero NFTs, community superheroes. And that's going to go to the people who completed all the tasks at the moment I made this slide deck this morning. So that's everyone there on the left. Also to some people who submitted some really beautiful NFTs and some excellent spaceship backstories as well. So I will share this, and I'm probably going to reach out to you on Friday just to ask for your address, and I'll start sending over the community superhero NFTs to everyone who kind of went above and beyond for Questpool. So well done everyone there. And then the final bit is, and this is related to Questpool as well, we had a challenge to name one of our spaceships. So these are our spaceships that we are making in collaboration with Comet. They're going to be part of Comet's play to earn ecosystem. You can use them to level up and do all sorts of exciting DeFi things. But we had them made, but we didn't have them named. So we put it out to the community, and we got a lot of responses back, and we got a lot of votes on those responses as well. And these are the ones that we chose in the end. So we've got a Ghost Booster, Wise Guys, which is pretty clever pun, which I'm enjoying, and then Angel Wings and Pumpkinator. So yeah, well done if that was one of your names. And we'll be looking forward to bringing these into the Comet ecosystem pretty soon.
I think we can invite Jerome as a panelist. I see he raised his hand anyway in the attendee list.
Nice. Do I need to do that, or
yes, I think you will need to do that. I'm not sure if you can while sharing the screen. Zoom is a bit picky sometimes. Yeah.
So Jerome, I think I've promoted you to panelist. Let's see. And I'm also gonna, Jerome, can you hear me? Thank you for joining, Jerome.
Maybe go to the next slide as well, Rachel.
Thank you so much for having me. Super pumped by those beautiful NFTs that you came up with, and the nice names that your community suggested.
Yeah, no, we're really excited. Loving everything that you're building over at Comet. It's really exciting, really engaging, and it's fun to bring in that old school pixel art gamified approach. I was going to talk a little bit about Comet, but I think it's probably going to be actually much better for me to just pass straight over to you, Jerome, because I know that you can give a much more comprehensive description than I could. Would you like me to make you host, or are you good with just this slide here?
No, I'm good with just this slide. I wanna keep it short and eventually take questions in the chat if there are anyone that want to dig a little bit deeper on things. I would say. Well, so Comet is an effort to bridge the gap between decentralized finance, gaming, and NFTs, and we're super excited to partner with other projects that are trying to do the same. So GoodGhosting and the gamification of DeFi is something that we feel really related to, and I'm super excited to see this ecosystem coming together with different primitives and different approaches, and finding synergies and eventually catalyzing something really great out of this. So as you mentioned, we have a game that is pixel art style, which makes it really easy for people to load it on their computer, whether they have a super beefy computer or a super simple computer. But also it's about to be playable pretty soon on mobile natively. So will be cool to play on mobile as well. So the principle of Comet is that you have a spaceship. You are orbiting around the sun, encountering different players, encountering asteroids, and very basically mining those asteroids and doing things with what you mine. Now, the things that you are mining on the asteroids can be any type of tokens, and notably LP token from our DEX, Comet Swap, or tokens from our partners that they want to distribute to the players, and so on. There is an event that's going to happen tomorrow on our Discord, and the call on our Discord will be recorded because we are about tomorrow to reveal a demo of the new version of the game that will have a battle feature. And what's really great with this battle feature is that you'll be able to play very straightforwardly and we hope have a lot of fun with your friends and the people you battled against. And the NFTs that you are going to get from Comet, whether they are the GoodGhosting collection or any other collections or the Avegochi collection, will be able to be used inside the game. Another nice feature that we're going to reveal is the inventory of every spaceship. So the NFTs that you have on your wallet is typically the kind of thing that you can equip as an inventory item in your spaceship. So we want to use that form of inventory to bring a lot of interoperability and also utility to other NFTs from other projects directly from inside Comet. So many things to share. Tomorrow we'll do the reveal of this demo, and next Monday we'll release our new white paper on the future game that we are building. That's much more an MMORPG game, but also still involving the NFTs that we have previously emitted and the NFT that we have built in partnerships with other projects like yours. And we really look forward to have a deeper integration between the services that you have built and ours. So I think we have a saving pool that's going to be launched soon. So that's an exciting news, and we would like to return the favor as soon as possible, as by exposing the saving pool that you have to our players directly from inside the game. So that's the kind of thing that we'd love to see happen in the short term.
Awesome.
Yeah, sounds really exciting, like this version 2. Will this also be like the current way, like once you have a spaceship, it's free to play, right?
Yes, absolutely. And that's the term free to play in the blockchain is a very weird concept. Like how free can it be since you have to pay for a transaction?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you get a spaceship and is the spaceship free itself, like is the NFT free itself? So we are trying to transition to a model that's really free to play, so that if you don't have any Ethereum, if you don't have any Matic, if you don't have any, I don't know what chain you're using, if you don't have any NFT, if you don't have anything, and you just want to have a taste of what blockchain can feel like when you are using it at scale, we are trying to let players that are in this situation still play the game, still enjoy the game, and still discover the blockchain and what's around it. So you'll get free NFTs to play, to enjoy the game and discover it. If you already have a spaceship and you want to explore the new game or discover new things that we are building, you are more than welcome to. You are our player, our member community, and we love you all. But we are also developing scalability solution for the game that we use, so that the players won't have to pay for a transaction, and we can technically onboard thousands and thousands of people without having them pay too much transaction fees when they are using games that have their engine based on the blockchain. About that, stay tuned for an announcement late October in Lisbon, because the team will be there en masse, like the whole team will be there, and we plan on releasing our approach to scalability in the short term for the future game that we are going to build. And that's for us the way to bring millions of people onto the blockchain, because gamification, everybody understanding, everybody like it in the first place, and they can, after that, dig a little bit deeper on what's behind it and discover blockchain and discover what they can do with it, with blockchain at large and not only with gaming. So we want to provide access to decentralized finance and blockchain at large through the game that we develop. And that's why we find it so valuable to get close to projects like yours that are aiming towards the same direction. And for what it worth on our end, we want to make sure that the players can enjoy what's going on without having to go through the hassle of first creating an account, first creating a wallet, then creating getting some crypto onto this account, then getting this, then getting that. No, you should play first, and then as time goes, if you enjoy it, like getting to those kind of hurdles. And yeah, well, a very exciting time ahead. We really feel like the whole ecosystem is coming to a sense of maturity that we wouldn't think would have been possible a couple of years ago. So pretty happy with the situation at the moment.
Yeah, that's awesome. It does feel like things are just getting so much more mature, and we're getting to the exciting bit where stuff is getting made. And 100% agree with you that like bringing gamification is such a accessible way to bring DeFi to people and actually get them started interacting with it in a way. And it doesn't need to be like, traditional finance. It doesn't need to be boring. We can kind of mix it up and make all these kind of exciting new experiences.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if the question is for me in the chat from GTeo about any roadmap or vision so far. But if that's not for me, I'm still going to take the questions.
Please do.
So definitely roadmap in the short term. Tomorrow we are going to do a live demo of the battle version of the game that's going to be released in the coming months. So the battle system will be a standalone, but also a core component of our future game. So we are going to pre-release this battle system as a standalone. Hopefully before December, but worst case December, January. We're getting closer and closer to a clear path towards a safe release for this. On the 4th of October, we are releasing our new white paper for Comet Beyond, the new game that we are developing. And we'll be all there in Lisbon in late October, and we will also be there in NFT New York City in early November. And we are also doing something with the Gecko coin, CoinGeckoCon, in mid-November. So our new game is going to be close to an MMORPG to give you the broad vision. We took some inspiration from games like Albion Online or like EVE Online, and try to mix that with what NFT and blockchain can bring to the players, and keep the graphics pixel art style and lightweight, so you can actually enjoy them back and forth and easily on your mobile. And now our global vision for this game is that it should be the natural gateway towards DeFi, the natural gateway towards blockchain. So if you know anyone in your friends and family or community that have always wanted to try something with blockchain, I've always wanted to play around with it, we want to be a good option for you to propose to them. Like, hey, you should try Comet. You should try to battle against my spaceship. If you like it, you can get a bigger NFT, or you can get a bigger spaceship, or you can use this NFT that you got from this conference, or you can use this NFT that you got from participating to this community call. Give you a different experience from an aesthetic perspective. Give you some fun exploring the space that the MMORPG has. Making you encounter people that work in this space, making you encounter people that have much more experience than you on how to use the blockchain, and progressively get the skills that will make you a power user of the blockchain. And meanwhile,
I agree. Like, sorry to interrupt, but it's like this gamification. It's a really good way to like get into it. And most of the DeFi or the DeFi gaming communities are really open and friendly. So if you have any issues, you can jump in a Discord server or a Telegram. And just learn how to use this technology and have fun at the same time. So we definitely like advise anyone to also hop on Comet or GoodGhosting. Like, I noticed there was, yes.
And both, because like the goal for us is that inside the application that we are developing, you have a dedicated space where you connect with other applications like GoodGhosting. Like, hey, there is a GoodGhosting operation going on right now. Have you heard about the Must saving pool? Well, check it out. And you should be able to do that directly from our application or directly from the GoodGhosting application. And that's part of how we make the cake grow bigger and bigger, and the parties at the table grow bigger and bigger as well.
Yeah, I agree. We didn't put it in this presentation now, but we are integrating as well some more NFT avatar elements into the GoodGhosting interface. So you could be using third-party profile pictures, for instance, within our UI. We've been doing that for Avegotchi, which is, it's still a little bit a secret, but we'll announce it later. But yeah, like we can do the same with Comet, like show people spaceships, etc. I do believe like this, it's not a zero-sum game. Like this technology has the potential to take over a lot of the existing like current rails that are out there.
Yeah, that I completely agree with this. And well, if if you'd like to use your spaceship as a profile pic, that's cool. But we are also working on having more pilots in collaborations with projects, in collaborations with artists, so that people can actually use their pilot as a profile pic that looks more human than a beautiful spaceship. But they're definitely happy to dig more into that in the future. And
Rachel, your screen.
Who's checking on Telegram right now?
Yeah. No, okay. I think we might have to wrap it up a bit for
Cool.
time's sake. It was great to have you on. I'm sure we'll keep working together in the future.
Yeah, I think the collection that you are doing together is going to be live in a month or so. So it's going to be pretty close to the release of the next demos and so on. If you want to learn more about Cometh, you can go on comet.io, cometh.io, and register with your email and wallet address, so we can airdrop you some NFTs, and you will receive the newsletter.
Awesome. And I believe actually we have a Comet pool launching on Monday, and at the conclusion of that saving pool, there'll also be some Comet NFTs given out as part of that. So that's definitely an incentive to get involved and start saving. And yeah, definitely looking forward to more Comet GoodGhosting collaborations in the future. So we've also got Patrick here. So Patrick, just want to say hello to you. Thank you for joining.
Hello, good morning.
How's it going? So this is just to kind of circle back. This is Patrick from Moola, and Moola is the lending protocol that we are going to be building on top of Cello. So if I actually go back a few slides, I've got your logo and everything up here. So yeah, we are super excited to be building on Cello and also be generating some yield with Moola. But maybe I've actually hand it over to you, Patrick, to talk a little bit about Moola and everything that you're doing in the Cello ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot. And I apologize for being a little bit late. Had a different time on my calendar. So glad we're still able to chat this morning. But Moola is a borrowing and lending protocol that allows owners of Cello dollars, Cello euros, as well as the Cello native asset earn compound interest, which is paid for by borrowers who either take over collateralized loans in perpetuity or take under collateralized flash loans. We have approximately $100 million in total value locked, fluctuates based on the market price of Cello. We went live back in February. We have over 10,000 active users, and are super excited to work with you and help generate some yield for your users. We are in the process of migrating to a new version of our protocol, which we expect to happen end of next week if all goes according to plan. And once that's done, then we'll start actively adding new markets now that we've got this cross-chain optics bridge that allows easy flow of ERC20 tokens from.
That's really interesting. Sorry to interrupt. Like, could you drop some insight into like what kind of new markets might get added? It could be cool to launch a different pool.
Yeah, I think that a USDC market or a wrapped optics USDC market would make a lot of sense, because there's a tremendous amount of value there. Wrapped Ether, probably wrapped Bitcoin. Those have both been two that we've asked for. And then I would really just like to see what assets end up have the highest value on Cello. And I'm not sure what's going to make its way over to Cello and find product market fit and find a niche over here. So the other tokens that are high priority for adding markets around are the Cello native governance tokens. So tokens like UBI, tokens like Poof, tokens like Mobi, and tokens like Moo. Those are the others that, because we really want to support the Cello native protocols as well. So it's the cross-chain tokens as well as the Cello native DeFi tokens. Those are the top priorities.
Cool. Maybe to add to that, for like the yield farmers on this call, there is this initiative called DeFi for the People that is already live on Moola. Like GoodGhosting will make use of it as well, but also some other protocols like Uniswap have additional rewards in these governance tokens. So if you are using these platforms, like for instance, if you're using Moolah, you have some Moolah assets and you stake those, then you can earn the governance tokens basically for free, well, for participating in this protocol. So it's always like a nice way to get exposure to something without having to spend any actual money to do so. Just a small tip for people who might be looking into these kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a couple of triple incentivized pools right now, triple incentives being 3 different tokens that you earn when you provide liquidity to a Uniswap pool and you stake your tokens. And so the yields for active depositors are quite high right now. You know, as more and more value flows in, those may fluctuate. But you can, for example, provide Cello dollars, Cello euros, and earn Mu, UB, and Cello, three really great tokens, in my opinion, for providing essentially liquidity to a stablecoin pool. So it's you know, it's while the getting's good right now, because these types of incentives certainly won't last forever.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for shedding some light on this. I think we can slowly move towards the Q&A section. So I saw many people already submitting questions through Zoom. If you still have remaining questions, go ahead. Francis has been answering some of them, but it might be good to read some of those out loud. So for instance, somebody is asking, now that we have added a leaderboard, are we going to add referrals? And the answer is yes, we do have referrals on our mind as a potential new feature. So you might be able to invite your friends and family over to join the GoodGhosting pool, maybe earn some additional, like a GG score for that, like some additional points for that. But it will require some more time until we're able to like support this. But thanks for asking. It will definitely be a good way to get more people onboarded. There's another question from GYTO, whether there will be a marketplace to facilitate NFT sales and use that to finance further events. So we are not creating a marketplace ourselves, but the current NFTs we gave out as rewards to users are tradable on OpenSea. So OpenSea is live on Polygon as well. So if you want, you can sell them there or like bid for them in order to like finance future events or saving pools, if you would like that. Like we are not seeing a lot of activity on that front yet, but these are limited editions. So who knows, in the future, it might be a nice way to signal you were one of the early GoodGhosting users.
Also, another question that's come up related to Cello. So I mean, maybe Patrick, you've got some more insight into this, but it's asking around how is Cello offsetting their carbon footprint? So I know there is an article going around where they've actually detailed how they are becoming a carbon negative blockchain and how they're actually investing and offsetting the carbon that they are creating. Of course, being proof of stake, it's much less energy consumptive than proof of work. But actually, I'll dig that out because I was reading that like a week ago, and I'll share that for you, Musashi, in the Discord afterwards. But I don't know, Patrick, if you have anything, if you know more than me about the carbon offsetting, please do chime in. But I think it's definitely one of the nice things about Cello.
Yeah, absolutely. It is one of the nice things about Cello that for a lot of us is kind of aligned with our values, that there is an awareness of kind of the broader impact that our actions may have on the environment. And this was something that was taken into the initial design. First off, as you said, proof of stake, which means that the amount of electricity required to secure the network is low. And then for the remaining amounts that we do have to consume in order to secure the network, a portion of the, I guess what I'll call the block rewards of the new Cello that is minted that enters circulation on a daily basis, a portion of it goes towards carbon offsets. So by purchasing those carbon offsets, there is a direct path back towards reducing one's carbon footprint, and this can be calculated. Perhaps it'd be interesting for your team to, for your community to also have the team that's managing those carbon offsets in that program. They're an active member of the Cello community, and they could elaborate around where those dollars go to work, and exactly like how on the ground they're able to reduce the amount of carbon in the atmosphere through the various projects that they have. I don't have that level of detail, but that is so basically a portion of the equivalent of the Coinbase rewards goes towards these carbon offsets, and that's how we're able to go carbon negative.
Okay, that's very cool. Like, I noticed there's also, I'm not exactly sure, I think it is impact markets where you can also like support some good causes or maybe some environmental ones as well. I'm not really up to date to that, but it seems there's a lot going on in the Cello ecosystem to indeed like make sure what we're doing online doesn't have negative impacts in the real world and actually is a positive change.
Yeah, I would love to take a minute to talk about impact markets because I'm a huge fan. Impact markets is a unconditional basic income. Also, some people call it universal basic income platform built on Cello using smart contracts, which allows communities to create a community, verify members within their community, and then receive donations and essentially allow them to set the amount and the cadence that members of their community can go in to claim their Cello dollars. And so you could, for example, have a community where everybody's allowed to claim 50 cents up to 25 every 24 hours, right? So 50 cents per day, up to a maximum of say $250. Those could be the parameters that you set, for example. Currently, the way that it's funded is all through donation, and you can donate directly to a market that's set up. The next iteration that they'll be introducing is a DAO version, where all donations go to the DAO, and then there's a token distribution mechanism based on the amount of donations you've made. And by being a DAO token holder, you get to vote on where which communities get funded. And so this is the mechanism that will hopefully prevent abuse and communities spending up that are not actually in need, and protecting the funds. The last interesting point is that there was a proposal put forth by Uniswap that will go back to once the DAO launches to essentially redirect a portion of the swap fees to impact markets. We've got the same idea for Mula as well, that we'll be putting forth as a proposal, allowing a portion of the interest that's paid by borrowers to lenders to be redirected to impact markets. And this has a dual effect. The first is that it's very much in line with the Cello mission of creating the conditions of prosperity for all. And second is that it gets Cello dollars and Cello euros into the hands of more people, which ultimately will help generate new network effects and get these tokens circulating in communities. So then they'll be able to come back and use the financial tools like we're building here. So it's a really cool project. Definitely pay attention to it, and because they're doing cool things.
That's super awesome. Like,
Very
really
cool.
exciting to follow that. I'm just going to pick up. There's one question that's come in from Jose, which just because I know we're approaching like on the hour, but I think this is actually quite a nice one maybe to round up on, because we can also drop a tiny bit of alpha in here as well. The question is, will we deploy any non-stable pools and ETH, wrap Bitcoin or Matic? Keep your eyes open around ETH Lisbon, because we're going to do something to tie in with that. So thinking about ETH.
Maybe if you can go to the previous slide, Rachel. I think I believe we skipped that. But there are some more info on the pools we will be launching. So indeed, like up until now, we've only done stablecoin pools like DAI pools, and with Cello we'll have this USD. But for ETH Lisbon, we might be doing an ETH pool, for instance. And who knows, like if Mula is going to support more assets, we can definitely do something else also besides CUSD and CEuro to get, like, for instance, get you saving in some crypto assets instead of dollars or other stable coins. So really cool. Maybe one more Cello question to round the Cello part off. Somebody asked whether, like, how much transaction per second is supported and whether they aim to become the fastest EVM chain. And I think that is the one of the objectives of Cello. Like, we'll see how it pans out, but they did get into a partnership recently promising 140,000 transactions per second in the future. I'm not sure how fast that will be here, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. I know they're trying to make it really accessible for everyone and have a high transaction throughput, but we'll see how that evolves.
Yeah. I think one last question for us to wrap up that came from different users is just about our roadmap. So just some of the future features that we want to deploy. One of them is certainly, launching pools that are in non-stable coins. So that's one of the things that we want to do in the future. We certainly want to increase more and more our gamification elements in our pools or in our platform as a whole, as well as bring more different yield generating strategies for our users. So users have different options to choose from. So I think the top three, those would be our main focus in terms of future features and roadmap for GoodGhosting.
Yeah, there's quite a few things, and also bring it in so it's a dollar cost averaging into volatile assets as well, and also looking at in the future as well, making it more customizable. So maybe setting a little bit more bespoke goals than what you do at the moment as well. Just that might be slightly further away in the future, but yeah, there's quite a lot coming, and I think really the leaderboard is just the beginning of this, and we're really going to kind of build on top of that to really kind of bring a very gamified experience.
Yeah, this is just the start. We'll be ramping up the gamification in the user interface, but also in the backend. The smart contracts are being upgraded to also support more advanced yield farming strategies. So the returns will most likely be higher in the future for participants. So less relying on sponsorship and more getting actual yield. And we're doing a bunch of other stuff for the version 2 behind the scenes, but we'll talk more about that when it gets a bit closer to launching that. But yeah, definitely a lot coming in the next few 6 months.
Awesome. Well, I think we might actually have to round it up because we do all of this talk about Cello and we have a Cello pool to deploy. So we better stop talking and start doing. But thank you so much, Patrick, for coming on. It's been great to hear about everything that you're doing on Moolah, and yeah, looking forward to collaborating more in the future.
Totally. I'm very excited for this as well. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Cool. Cheers, and thanks everyone for coming. It's been great to see so many people on the call, and apologies if we missed your question, but we'll try and pick up some of these and answer them in the Discord afterwards, after we've done the poll. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining, and yeah, look forward to getting more Cello on.
Yeah, see you in the pool.
Thank you all, guys. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.